Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick little thing here for you. So yes, you are gonna need to edit each video individually. It's a lot of work up front, but then it makes the final project really, really simple. So you're gonna go ahead and grab your video that you want. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and use my director because she's an adult. I don't want to put any of my kids in here. Okay, so I've got my thing here. Gonna create a new sequence, and then as you can see over here, it pops up where you've got the actual video and then you've got your whole sequence. This is where everything's going. So when you right click, sequence settings, I think you said 360 by 320, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and change it. 360, 320, that's fine. And then she's like tiny, right? So I'm gonna adjust her size, and I have to select this here. I'm gonna make it so I could see it a little bit bigger. When you double click, oh, I need to make it even bigger or smaller, I guess. Oopsies, wrong way. Okay, so now I can adjust her video, and she's gonna fit. I can move her around wherever I need to. Okay, I don't need her audio, right, because we've already got it done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that. You don't really need to do that. Okay, so once you've got your video the way you want it to here, then you do your export, Control M, and it'll give you this output. I don't need the audio. You can click here to change the name. I put them into a folder called Size Adjusted, so I know which ones are the originals and which ones are the size adjusted ones. I choose I don't know if you can see this, H264 to make it an MP4, just because that's easier for me to work with. All the rest of these settings you can just leave. I don't use maximum render quality. I don't use any of these. So this is just the basic, like changing the size. So then you go ahead and hit export. And of course you've got it done. I actually don't need this because I already have it. So I'm gonna get out of this. And then what you're gonna do is when you go to put it all together, you're gonna need to have the first media that you put into the timeline has to be the size that you need. So mine was going to be 1920 by 810 or 180, 1080. And so I have this made already. The way I did this was in PowerPoint. I just made a slide. I calculated it. I don't remember. I think it was like 20 inches by 11 point something, 11.25 inches made it, made it a 19 by 20 pixel. You can look that up, pixels to inches. And then you can make your PowerPoint file. So it has to be the right size. So I'm going to drag that in here, and then I'm going to put it in. So now my project is the correct size. Okay. And now I'm going to start dragging my media in here. So I've got my size adjusted. I'm going to take my Yessie one that I made already, and I'm going to put her here. Okay, so there she is. Now, if I wanted, 4 across and 3 down, she can be in the middle, that's fine. But let's say I wanted her in the top left corner. Well, I just printed out some, some graph paper, and I actually made like a grid. These are the small ones, and I ended up doing 8 by 6 because I had a lot of videos. And so this square right here was position 120 and 90. This one was 360 and 90. This one was 690. So what I did next was I went to Yessie here, and I changed her settings. So I wanted her to be smaller. So instead of 100%, I'm gonna make it 50%. And there she goes, smaller. Okay, and let's say I wanted her up in that top corner. So my top corner was 120 by 90. And you can figure these out just with simple math. So then my position was, what did I say, 120 right here. Here, I'm gonna pull over so you can see as she moves. So 120, tab over, 90, there she goes. And what I actually really liked was having like some black space in between so it actually looked like a grid. So this would put all of my videos right up next to each other, but I wanted some black space in between, kind of like on Zoom. So instead of 50%, I did 48%. And now she's gonna have a little line right next to her. So I did some other grids here. You can see I had a couple different ones, and I did the math on where to position it and everything like that. Of course, you can always just click and drag, right, and move it that way too, but I wanted it to be perfect. So I think that's it. Then you just start popping videos in and moving them around, you know. I can show you another example of another one. Let's see, Andrea, she's another adult. I can use her. So put her in here, and there she is. And let's say I want her to be over, oopsies, that's Yessie still. Gotta click on the right one. I want her to be moved over in the middle like that, so you can just drag, and there she is. Okay, let me know if you need more help.